The fight isn't over. Not by a long shot. What started in a small dojo has exploded into a battle that could decide the future of every student, every sensei, and every legacy. Cobra Kai Season 7 is about to return, and this time, the stakes are higher than ever. For decades, fans have followed the story of karate in the Valley. What began as a rivalry between Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence in The Karate Kid has grown into something much bigger with Cobra Kai. Over 6 thrilling seasons, we've watched friendships form, rivalries reignite, and battles that are about much more than just karate. They're about honor, loyalty, redemption, and the fight to prove who truly deserves to carry the legacy. Now, with Season 7 on the horizon, Netflix has set the stage for what could be the final and most explosive chapter yet. The show has built a loyal fan base across the world, not just for its high-energy martial arts action, but also for the way it mixes humor, nostalgia, and heartfelt storytelling. Every season has raised the stakes, bringing old characters back from the past, throwing shocking twists into the mix, and leaving us with cliffhangers that fans debate about for months. Season 6 ended with tensions boiling over. Dojos clashing, alliances shifting, and characters pushed to their breaking points. By the final moments, viewers were left asking, who will rise, who will fall, and who will finally walk away with victory? Season 7 promises to answer those questions, but not without creating new ones along the way. The reason Cobra Kai stands out isn't just the karate moves or the nostalgia, it's the emotional weight behind every fight. Every punch, every kick, every stare down is backed by years of pain, growth, or unfinished business. The trailer for Season 7 wastes no time reminding us that this isn't just another round of sparring. This is the ultimate test. This is the battle that decides who carries forward the true meaning of karate. And that's what makes this moment so exciting. Fans have been waiting, counting down the days, and analyzing every teaser frame by frame. Netflix has turned this show into a cultural event, one where viewers across generations come together, those who grew up with the original Karate Kid and new fans discovering the story for the first time. Together, they're all preparing for the storm that's about to break when Season 7 lands. So buckle up. Because before we dive into the story build-up, the trailer breakdown, and Episode 1's shocking preview, one thing is clear: Cobra Kai isn't just returning, it's coming back stronger, fiercer, and with more heart than ever. And as the tagline suggests, the fight for legacy never ends. The story of Cobra Kai has never been just about karate, it's about people, choices, and the consequences that echo for years. To truly understand what's coming in Season 7, we need to step back and look at how far these characters have traveled from the very beginning. Johnny Lawrence's return to teaching karate lit the spark that reignited the entire saga. Once the villain of Daniel's story, Johnny became a flawed but determined mentor, trying to give kids the guidance he never had. His decision to bring Cobra Kai back to life set off a chain reaction that no one could stop. Daniel LaRusso, now a family man and successful businessman, couldn't let Johnny rewrite the meaning of karate with Cobra Kai's ruthless methods. So, the rivalry that began in the 80s reignited in the 21st century, this time involving their students, their families, and even their own personal demons. Across 6 seasons, we've seen betrayals, reunions, and wars fought inside the dojo and out. Miguel Diaz, once a quiet teenager, became one of Cobra Kai's brightest stars under Johnny's guidance. Hawk transformed from a shy, bullied kid into a fierce warrior. Sam LaRusso, carrying her father's legacy, stepped into the fight with her own fire. And Tory, hardened by life's struggles, became one of the most complex characters in the series, caught between Cobra Kai loyalty and her own sense of right and wrong. But the battles weren't just among the students. The senseis themselves waged war with their ideals. Terry Silver, with his cunning strategies and bottomless resources, brought Cobra Kai to heights it had never seen before. His manipulation divided friends and families, showing how karate could be twisted into a weapon for power. John Kreese, always lurking in the shadows, continued to push his vision of strength through fear, reminding everyone that Cobra Kai's roots run deep in control and dominance. And through it all, Johnny and Daniel, two men who once could not stand each other, found themselves forced to work together against enemies bigger than their rivalry. By the end of season 6, everything had boiled over. Alliances had shifted. Students who were once enemies stood side by side, while others questioned where their loyalty truly belonged. The international stage opened up, hinting at karate tournaments that would test the Valley's fighters against the world's best. And as the dust settled, one truth became clear. The fight was no longer about just one dojo, one town, or one rivalry. It had become a battle of philosophies, a fight for the very meaning of karate itself. Season 7 promises to push these stories further than ever before. Will Johnny finally find redemption as both a teacher and a father? Will Daniel lay to rest the rivalry that has haunted him since high school? Will Miguel and Sam rise as leaders of the new generation? And what about Tory? Will she continue to walk the line between loyalty and betrayal, or finally choose her own path? The preview hints at unfinished business everywhere. Kreese is not out of the picture. Silver's shadow still looms. And new challengers may arrive, ready to prove that the Valley is just one small corner of the karate world. For the students, every lesson learned in past seasons, every loss, every triumph, every scar will matter in the fights ahead. Season 7 isn't just another chapter. It's the collision of all the stories, all the rivalries, all the friendships we've watched unfold. This is the moment when the new generation steps fully into the spotlight, carrying the weight of history while trying to forge their own legacy. The past and present are about to clash, and the result will shape the future of Cobra Kai forever. So when the trailer teases fiery confrontations, whispered betrayals, and fists ready to fly, it's more than just hype. It's a promise that the journey we followed for years is racing toward its most intense and emotional chapter yet. Asterisk. The trailer for Cobra Kai Season 7 doesn't just tease, it electrifies. From the very first frame, the tension is clear. This isn't just another season, this is the road to the endgame. The music builds like a storm, the kind that makes your heart pound before the first punch is even thrown. In flashes, we see old rivals standing across from each other, students preparing for the biggest fights of their lives, and the return of faces we thought were gone for good. Every shot feels like a promise that the stakes have never been higher. The first moments of the trailer throw us back into the Valley. The camera sweeps across empty dojos, broken trophies, and scarred mats, reminding us of the battles that came before. Then cut to a close-up of Johnny Lawrence, older, tougher, but carrying the same fire in his eyes. He says nothing, but the look on his face tells us everything. This is the fight he can't walk away from. Daniel LaRusso appears next, standing in the Miyagi-Do dojo, his reflection staring back at him in the mirror. It's symbolic. He's not just fighting others anymore. He's fighting the shadow of his own past. The trailer then shifts gears. Quick, sharp cuts show the students in action. Miguel tightening his belt, determination written all over his face. Sam breathing heavily, preparing for the pressure that comes with being a LaRusso. Hawk with his signature glare, ready to prove once again that he's not just a fighter, he's a warrior. And Tory, standing at a crossroads, her eyes full of conflict, hinting that her choices could change the entire direction of the story, but it doesn't stop there. The trailer teases the larger world beyond the Valley. We see glimpses of international arenas, bright lights, and crowds roaring. This isn't just a local rivalry anymore, it's global. The stakes have been raised to a level no one could have imagined when Cobra Kai first reopened its doors. The question is no longer who rules the Valley. It's who will stand at the top of the world stage. And then, just as fans catch their breath, the trailer drops its biggest tease, the return of John Kreese. His voice cuts through the silence like a knife. Did you really think I was gone? The shot is brief, but enough to send chills. Kreese has always been the ghost haunting this story, and his presence promises that no victory will come without a price. As for Episode 1, the preview paints a picture of chaos and rebuilding. The characters are scattered, licking their wounds after the explosive events of Season 6. Johnny is struggling to balance his role as sensei and father, caught between guiding his students and repairing his relationship with his own son. Daniel is determined to keep Miyagi-Do alive, but doubts creep in. Has he already taught everything he can? The students, too, are divided. Some want peace, others crave revenge, and all of them know the World Tournament is coming whether they're ready or not. Episode 1 seems to set the tone. This season will not waste time. The first major confrontation may come sooner than anyone expects. The trailer hints at an early clash in the dojo, fists flying as old grudges resurface. Whispers of betrayal are in the air, characters making choices that will shock even the most loyal fans. And at the center of it all is the question, can these fighters, with all their history, stand together against new challenges? Or will their rivalries tear them apart before the real fight begins? The beauty of this trailer isn't just in what it shows, but in what it doesn't. Every frame leaves room for mystery. Every line of dialogue hints at something bigger. Fans are already dissecting it frame by frame, debating over who the mysterious new fighters might be or what role Kreese will play this time. Netflix has done what it does best, given us just enough to set the internet on fire, while keeping the biggest twists locked away for the premiere. So, as episode 1 approaches, one thing is certain, it won't just be a beginning, it will feel like the opening strike in a war that's been building for decades. The past and the present collide, and the future of Cobra Kai hangs in the balance. The moment fans have been waiting for is finally here. After months of speculation, endless online theories, and debates across social media, Netflix has confirmed the release date for Cobra Kai Season 7. Mark your calendars, because the dojo doors will open once again, and this time it might just be for the last and most unforgettable fight. Season 7 will premiere on Netflix in insert confirmed release date here. If official, Netflix usually announces months ahead. And the countdown has already begun, but Netflix isn't treating this like just another season drop. Everything about the promotion, from the trailer to the interviews, has made it clear this is an event. Rumors have swirled about whether Season 7 will be released in parts, with episodes split into 2 or 3 waves to stretch out the suspense. It's a strategy Netflix has used before, and for a show with a fanbase as passionate as Cobra Kai, it would make perfect sense. Imagine the tension of watching the first half of the season, only to be left on a cliffhanger, waiting weeks to see how it all ends. If the whispers are true, Season 7 won't just be something you binge in one weekend. It will be a ride that keeps fans hooked for months. And what about the number of episodes? While previous seasons have kept the pace tight, there's speculation that Season 7 could be longer, giving the story room to breathe and every character their chance to shine. Netflix knows this is the finale fans have been craving, and they'll want to make sure it goes out with a bang. Every fight, every lesson, every twist will be packed in to deliver a send-off worthy of the legacy that started decades ago with the Karate Kid. As the release date approaches, excitement is hitting a fever pitch. Online communities are already buzzing with theories. Who will win the World Tournament? Will Johnny and Daniel finally put their rivalry to rest once and for all? Could there be a shocking return no one saw coming? Every fan has their own idea of how it will end, and Netflix is letting those theories run wild, fueling the hype with carefully chosen teaser shots and cryptic quotes from the cast. But beyond all the speculation, there's something deeper about this release. Season 7 represents the closing of a circle. For many fans, this story began when they were kids, watching Daniel face off against Johnny at the All Valley tournament. Now they get to see how those same characters, older and wiser, pass on their legacies to the next generation. It's more than just a show, it's a bridge across time, connecting the past with the present, and inspiring a future. So when Season 7 finally lands on Netflix, it won't just be another binge session. It will be a global moment. Fans across continents will hit play at the same time, laugh at the same jokes, gasp at the same twists, and cheer during the same battles. The release date doesn't just mark the start of a new season, it marks the start of a farewell tour for one of the most beloved reboots in television history. Now, the real question is, are you ready? Are you ready to see who stands victorious, who finds redemption, and who loses everything? Are you ready to witness the final lessons of Cobra Kai? Because as the tagline reminds us, the fight for legacy never ends. This is your chance to be part of that fight. Share your theories, drop your predictions, and tell us, Who do you think deserves to carry the torch when it's all said and done? And of course, don't forget to subscribe, because as new updates, behind-the-scenes details, and hidden Easter eggs drop, you'll want to be the first to know. Season 7 is not just coming, it's coming to make history. And on release day, when the screen lights up and the first scene begins, you'll know you're not just watching a show. You're witnessing the end of an era.